is one particular line that we are constantly focusing on, which is the Prime Minister, who also took an indirect jibe at the opposition and said that any attempt to division on caste lines is but a sin. But the BJP is yet to take a formal stand on the issue. That is one important, crucial part of the story. Now we're moving on to some more breaking news that we have within the story, which involves government sources that have said on this caste census itself, wherein Rahul Gandhi's demand for caste census seems to be hypocritical. This is what the government sources are saying. And the Congress had been against such a study for nearly 60 years, till doing one in 2011. Now in Karnataka, former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah till 2018 did not release a caste census report despite commissioning one in 2015. Between 1951 and 2011, Congress Prime Ministers like Jawaharlal Nehru were against a caste census, while Prime Ministers like Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi had put the Mandal Commission report on the back burner. So these are the inputs that we are getting within this story. This is a completely different angle that we are now bringing to you. And right now we have Aman Sharma joining us live on this broadcast. Aman, a very good morning to you. Well, if we are just to analyze this particular statements that are coming in, wherein Rahul Gandhi's demand for caste census now is being called hypocritical, how does that play out, especially when now the INDI bloc plans to put this within their manifesto, plans to put caste census within their manifesto?
See, Shreya, Rahul Gandhi made this demand for a caste census for the first time in Kolar during the Karnataka election campaign. He has further upped the ante by now recently saying during the poll campaign in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan that caste census is in fact the biggest issue before the country, and if the UPA government comes to power in the Lok Sabha election of 2024, the Congress will embark on a caste census. He said it very plainly. So it is very much expected to be in their manifesto. It is expected to be the main call of the Congress in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. But what the BJP sources and some government sources are saying, that this demand for a caste census igniting this 84% question after this exercise in Bihar may portray an advocacy for the backward caste, but in reality this only seems as a ploy to break the majority Hindu vote which is with the BJP. But clearly it is the Rahul Gandhi and both the Hindi heartland allies like the RJD, the JDU, the Samajwadi Party, they want to take the current politics in the country back to the Mandal politics era. By wooing the caste back into the fold. The BJP, as we know, has been following the Kamandal politics, and later it brought about this empowerment model of combining all castes under the one umbrella of welfareism through various schemes. Clearly, to break through this BJP's model in the last 9 years, how Modi government has been able to roll out, its welfare schemes across all castes without any discrimination. This new issue of caste census has been brought to fore, so that to portray, as Pallavi was saying, BJP only as a party of the upper caste. But when BJP also points to the history of the Congress in this, the demand of the Rahul Gandhi now that there should be a caste census, but the Congress party itself was against such a caste census for nearly 60 years. Since independence till 2011, there was no caste census in the country. In fact, leading Congress prime ministers like Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi were not in favor of a caste census. Even the Mandal Commission report was put on a back burner. And one must remember the last caste census was done in India by the British. So in 2011 too, it was Congress under the pressure of the RJD which pushed the UPA to conduct a caste census. That is what sources in the BJP say. But even that report could not become public because the cost of 4,000 crores was spent on the caste census. But the report was so faulty that it could never see the light of the day. But even in 2011, BJP sources say that senior Congress leaders like P. Chidambaram or Anand Sharma were not in favor of the caste census. There was a divide even in the UPA cabinet at that point of time. So in a way, right now the government is very clear, and the Prime Minister, I think, has set the tone on it in his rally yesterday when he said that this is just a step to divide the caste, to divide people in the name of caste, while the government is rolling out social welfare benefits of all. And by some estimates, in fact, the government says the OBCs have benefited the most from these benefits. The Prime Minister himself is an OBC. The BJP has the highest representation of OBCs in the cabinet amongst its MPs currently, even in the ticket distribution. So in a way, I think the government making it very clear. And this whole debate also in the Supreme Court, Supreme Court has fixed a 50% cap on reservations. So you can't go beyond 50%. Only 10% EWS reservation was allowed by the Supreme Court last year. So even if the backwards are 84%, how do you exceed this reservation pie from 50% is also a big legal issue in the country. And this also this misconception in the country that the 50% unreserved pie is only for the upper caste. That is also not true. The BJP points out even the OBCs and the SC/STs compete for the 50% unreserved pie in the country as well. So I think all these points made by the government sources to negate, the BJP is very tight-lipped on it officially, and in Bihar, in fact, the BJP backed the caste census demand because in Bihar it is a reality, and BJP in Bihar can't afford to stand in opposition to the caste census. But here, I think in the center, the BJP stand is very clear. The Prime Minister has made his stand very clear in his rally yesterday, Shreya.
Right, Aman. Aman, thank you for bringing us all those details.